Do you want to get what you want out of life? And do you want to unlock the doors to your dreams? Well, the key to that is manifestation. A lot of people walk through life in the same cycle and in the same pattern and never escaping the place that they don't want to be. Always stuck in the same position and never moving forward and never unlocking their true potential. Because people are afraid to dream big. And the reason why people are afraid to dream big is because they're afraid of failure and they're afraid of judgment. When in truth, the bigger that you dream, the further you will go, because the higher that you reach and the higher that you aim, the higher you'll land. Because if you shoot for the moon and you miss, you will land on the stars. The only way to move forward and to get to the place you want to be is through faith and through manifestation. And the only way to manifest your ideal reality is through applying meaning and realignment and taking action. You have to first attach meaning into your intentions. Everything you do has to have a meaning. You have to have a reason for doing things, because that reason will push you to the end. Because when you put meaning into an illusion, it becomes an idea, and ideas can become reality. An example of that is lines on a map. Lines on a map are invisible in nature and technically an illusion. But once humans apply historical and political meaning to them, they now become a powerful idea of nations worth defending and going to war for, which can in turn cause physical violence. Because if you apply meaning into an illusion, it becomes an idea. And once that idea is put into action, it becomes reality and it becomes something with a physical nature. Once you put meaning and a reason to why you want to get to your goal, you have to align every action that you do and tune it to that goal. Everything in the universe works energetically because everything in the universe, down to the smallest particle, is energy. Everything is energy at the base of the universe and the base of life. So you have to realign your energy to match your desired outcome. For example, if you go to gym every day, you will become physically fit. If you do drugs every day, you will become a drug addict. It's the laws of nature. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. It's Newton's third law of motion. When you put an energy in the world, it has no option and it has no choice but to give you what you gave it, just in an opposite form. What goes around comes around. We used to say this as children, we seem to have forgotten it in our adulthood. That is the last step to getting what you want, is to take action. You have to walk the footsteps it takes to get to the dream. When I was young, I used to have insecurities, and there was times where I would feel not confident in myself. And I would idolize people who were actually confident, and I would watch them and actually want to replicate what they were doing. For example, I would even idolize some celebrities because I had a feeling that they had what I didn't have. So I moved like them, I talked like them, I walked like them, and I dressed like them even, just to get myself to where I wanted to be. And the more and more I did that, the more and more I became myself, and the more and more I was confident in who I was. That's kind of like the fake it till you make it strategy, but it does work because you imagine yourself in the shoes of those people that have what you want until you do it so much and you replicate their movements so much and their actions so much that it actually becomes you. So studying people who are where you want to be is a very good thing, because you will act in a way that they do or they did to get where they are, so that you can get where they are. Because if you do what they do and what they've done, you will naturally end up where they are. So I hope this video today made you realize that to get where you want to be in life, you have to do it through the laws of manifestation. And that happens through applying meaning to your goals, realigning to your goals, and taking action and actually getting to your goals in a physical nature. This takes faith, this takes strength, but anybody can get there as long as they tell themselves they can and align energetically with their goals and desires. It's like a heartbeat. A heartbeat starts with the intuition, a muscle spasm, which I like to think of as a thought. Then comes the beat, which is the action. Then the blood flows throughout the body. That is the reality changing. So we can change our realities by just manifesting it into fruition. I appreciate you for being part of this thought process with me. Thank you.